What's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? And welcome back to another episode of the Good in the Hood podcast, man. Pleasure to be joined this week by my homie, man, Rob Lyrical, producer extraordinaire. I'm saying, what's going on with you, Brody? I got caught bro during mealtime real quick. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for chopping it up with me today, bro.
I appreciate you having me, man, for real.
Absolutely. And I introduced you as a producer extraordinaire, and I want to get into that for sure. Like I told you a little bit beforehand, I'm a super rap nerd with some shit, and producers always, I'm saying, give good insight and give, I feel like, a doper perspective on hip hop talk in general. Interviewing artists can be very more promotion, but I think producers give you the real game and behind the scenes of the culture, and they already literally the heartbeat of it all. So definitely want to get into that with you and about what you're working with producers wise. And we can start there really. Just talk about your resume in the producer game, man. Like how'd you get started and what you've been up to this point?
I mean, man, I just got started just like anything else I ever done. I just tried some new shit and I stuck with it. You know, I went from trying to be a vet to I was hooping. I had hoop dreams, nigga. We all did at a point in time. I thought I was gonna be a chef. I went to fucking culinary school. And then I just started making beats, I think, when I was like 16, 17. Yeah. I just never stopped, fam. You know, and that's just kind of, you know, I don't really got no crazy inspirational story behind it. This was one day I just picked shit up and I kept with it. You know, I was in band, you know what I'm saying? Like in middle school, played the trumpet, but, you know, I don't know. Don't nobody in my family do this shit with me. So it was some weird shit. Resume we produced, like I saw I'm in Fly with my brother Steve. And we produced Work Remix for A$AP Ferg, Shanghai for Nicki Minaj, and a plethora of other tracks. Those two just being the biggest and, you know, the most notable.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
And I want to get into like how you got from being a local kid to get to be on the stage. You was able to get production on A$AP Ferg and Nicki Minaj for sure. But I also want to kind of get into that origin story a little bit because I'm always interested in that with producers. I feel like everybody, like you said about basketball, everybody tries to rap. You know what I'm saying? It takes a different level of commitment to try to be a producer, I feel like.
You gotta be a nerd.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some focus on that shit for real. Like I tried Fruit Loops like a couple times. Yeah. Younger. That shit was not my shit was not sounding right. Like, no, I'm cool. It ain't me.
My nigga that nigga Day said it perfect. He said if you can be a producer, you can be anything. Because again, it's meticulous, fam. And
for real.
Just to be able to create nothing out of something like sonically is I don't know, when people talk to me like that, I guess it sounds kind of crazy, but yeah, man, I guess it's not the easiest thing to do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, everybody definitely can't do that. I think everybody can rap way before they can start hitting them buttons, man.
Especially nowadays, you feel me?
For sure, but like I mean, it's a flock of producers growing as we see, but I'm also seeing a dope trend in music, especially hip hop, where it's one rapper, one producer. How you feel about that new trend coming back? I guess that's how it was back in the '90s.
Like when it's like you talking about like a Freddie Gibbs Alchemist type shit.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because you know what I'm saying the producer gets like, you know, full reign to really just bleed they sound, especially when they mesh well like that. You know, like an Alchemist or a Currency Harry Fraud. Yeah. Those things, you know, I think do really well. Even the fucking the J album, we just got
No ID.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I like it, man, because it sounds more cohesive that way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, go ahead.
Oh, you good. Go ahead.
No, I just feel like, you know, the producer gets to get a lot of their fingerprints, you know, completely on a project and really executive produce it as opposed to like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, I don't know, some random sounds and shit in there just for the sake of filler. So I personally enjoy it. I'm not mad at it at all. And it's good because it's putting the producers on a platform as an artist. So it's not saying like, oh, this is a Freddie Gibbs project. It's like, oh, this is a Freddie Gibbs Alchemist. This is a fucking Ricardo fucking Larry June project. You know what I'm saying? So I like the idea of producers being artists. Like we always been artists, you know what I'm saying? But just branded as like one in general is pretty cool.
And it's even it's kind of extended more so now. I feel like even the bigger trend now is like everyone's fucking with knowledge beats. I'm saying you see Knife Wonder dropping his Zion projects, and we seeing producers make albums basically now. I'm saying producing like his just beats, and niggas ain't really rushing to rap over them, just niggas listening to them.
Yeah,
which is super dope.
Oh, some instrumental shit, you know, and some of these niggas are just that good. Even when you just brought up knowledge. That nigga just good, man.
Yeah,
like nigga just good. Like he don't miss. And that was even like Dilla. Like Dilla could have just kept coming out with Doom. Niggas could have just kept coming out with straight instrumentals and I would have been cool. You know, but
of course, yeah.
You feel me? So it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. You're right. It is kind of going back to that. And it's also cool because I got this weird feeling. It's also going back to you got to be good again. Like you have to put in the skill in the 10,000 hours, or niggas not fucking with you no more. Because you know niggas getting exposed now. The niggas that actually do this shit for real, kind of like rising back up into like the limelight.
Facts. So, that SoundCloud wave is dying off a little bit. I feel like there's some structure coming back to the industry a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think for who it was for, but also them niggas growing up. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, you can't be like
that too.
Can't be
like shit for free no more.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas got like real like situations and shit. You can't be popping perks and going to work and shit, nigga. Like, you know, you ain't a teenager. So and on top of that too, I think it was just a moment. Kind of just like the Lil Beat era. Just I didn't think that shit was gonna be 10 years from then, like yo, cut that shit on. Like, no, it was a moment. And now we on to the next shit. But you know, that's just it was popcorn shit. It was cool, it was entertaining, but I didn't think it had no real longevity. I think it did give us some artists that have some longevity, you know, your Made in Tokyo's, your Lil Yachty's, your Cardi's, shit like that. Them niggas, the Uzis, them niggas are still around. But like again, a lot of that shit just kind of got, you know, I don't know, man. We just grew away from it. I feel like.
What's a stereotypical like checklist for producers like they're pursuing a career in producing? Like what's the ideal accolade for producers in your mind?
I think it's subjective. I think most of them niggas just want to make money. Cause you know, like
that's real.
A lot of us get paid last. So I think that's niggas just to be able to do what you love and get paid for it. Right. I think that's the biggest accolade. But I think a lot of people like they still care about the Grammys. A lot of people still care about plaques. A lot of people still care about numbers, producers wise. So like I said, it's subjective. For everybody, it's a little bit different. You know, for me, it was more the first one. I just enjoy doing what I love to do and waking up and being able to, you know, blessed enough to do it. You know, that's success to me, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so, and mention the success come with the grind. So like, what was your grind process? You went back to your track record with A$AP Ferg's remix and Nicki Minaj joint, and like, what was the grind from like working through Chicago music scene to branching out more?
I think honestly, bro, like the grind didn't even feel like it because I think back then I was tapped into the meta, which was now what I know, but then I didn't, which was nigga, I was just doing what I enjoyed doing. And I was really just making music for me. And I was really just doing it around niggas that made me feel comfortable with who I was. And generally when you do that, nigga, the universe got a habit of just lining shit up, you know, because and I spoke this shit up. No cap. This is the first time I ever talked about this shit on camera. In 2011, Rocky came out with that tape in October, September, late 2011. And Ferg was on the tape.
The first joint?
Yeah, the one with pesos and shit like that. So I remember telling Steve, there's a track on there called Kissing Pink with Ferg. That's the first time I ever heard Ferg. And I was like, gee, we gotta like work with this dude. At this point, I had just graduated high school. And he was like, what? And I was like, bro, we gonna work with dude. Just trust me.
Oh shit.
I dropped out of college in like 2012. Parents was not fucking with the family wasn't fucking with it at all. I was going for audio, but it was bullshit. And I just told niggas like, give me a year. Within a year, I could do some shit. Y'all leave me alone. So we had a homie, Asian homie out in the Bay, and we were just close with him. And he reached out to us. So I'm like, yo, like, you know about A$AP Ferg? And I was like, yeah, bro, I fuck with dude. This is maybe like March 2012. So he like, you know, he looking for beats. So we just sent him a pack, a 10. And I want to say like, you know, this industry shit, like you send some shit, you hear something, you don't, whatever. But at that time, I got Ferg's number. So we texting back and forth. I'm sending him shit. I'm in class sending him shit. I'm like, this don't make, why the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to a point where niggas change their numbers and shit, you know, just regular industry stuff. Everybody disappeared, and then the Asian kid popped back up like, "Yo, did y'all produce this Ferg track?" This is like July, and I'm like, "Send the shit." Nigga never sent it, bruh. We was on World Star, me and Steve. We was on fucking AIM at the time. You remember AIM and Skype and shit? We was on AIM, bro, and Skype because we was typing and sending shit. Man, he was like, "Yo, Ferg just dropped the track called Work." I'm like, "Oh shit, play that shit." Playing that shit, I'm listening. He like, "Nigga, I think I left the FL open. This sound like some shit we did, bro." Like, cause sometimes the computer would tweak, and that's how we found out about it. It just kind of happened like that, and then from there we found out Ferg was looking for us. You know what I'm saying? He's a real good dude. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't never on no like Sunderland. I'm trying to cheat niggas. He had been looking for us. Niggas lost numbers and shit. But you see, that shit just kind of happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's wrong. Yeah.
So I don't want to sit back and be like, "Nigga, there's a blueprint to like how to make those things happen." Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, it happened like that.
It ain't luck, man. Because luck is like, I'm saying, luck is not putting your foot out there. I'm saying, like, so you took your shot. I'm saying, it ain't luck taking your shot. I'm saying
it felt like
full effort.
It felt like opportunity and preparation came. It collided together. And I mean, again, I did this outside of like Chicago, like so. I tried to integrate in the Chicago like scene, and it's just politicky. You know what I'm saying? And niggas just didn't know me well enough, and I'm not the type of nigga that feel like he need to prove himself. I ain't never been there. I want to be able to come in this space and be accepted, or I won't. And I think in a lot of spaces I didn't feel like that. So I didn't really have a grind in the Chicago music scene, because once that shit happened, I'm like, what the fuck? What I'm finna be doing out here? You know what I'm saying? At that time, unless I'm finna work with like Alex Wiley or Chance or Saab, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was already working with Ferg, so it wasn't like that we looked at the niggas around us beneath us, but it was just like, if there are certain spaces we just can't get in, well, let's just go to the spaces we can.
Not chasing the same, basically.
Exactly. I ain't never been that type. None of my niggas that's been around me ever been them type of niggas. So that we don't really got no Chicago grind. Like, I think in 2016 I just finally started going out and showing my face. Yeah, about it. You know what I'm saying?
I do see you move around. What I'm saying, Private Stock, of course, and Private Stock I think has a decent presence in Chicago. What I'm saying, how did that kind of come together? You work with Private Stock and being part of that.
It's funny, bro, because I haven't been with Private Stock for like 3-4 years now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And maybe I'm just a little too low key. Fuck, like,
probably low key as hell.
Yeah, but no, it was no bad blood. I met them niggas in 2016. Remember when I said I started going out showing my face? I met them during Lala. And they brought me in on some, like, at the time we had one of my homies was an engineer, so he came in was engineering, and I was supposed to be, just in there helping. But more than anything, these niggas just felt genuine. You know what I'm saying? They just felt like, again, a place where I could go and I could be me, and they accepted me, and they accepted whoever I decided to bring around. But shortly after that, maybe like within a year, we just had different goals. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I was a leader and they was leaders, and that was they shit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like the idea like me integrating myself into they shit and being like, it's mine. I didn't think I worked for that. That was, something that they worked for. So again, it's always been love with them. I talk to these niggas like still fairly often, but I'm just not like associated with them the way I would. Well, you get some gems on this shit. I ain't never talked about like half of this shit like on camera, man.
Hey, gotta ask questions. Gotta ask appropriate questions.
Man, this nigga good, bro. This nigga
good. So in your brief step of looking at the Chicago scene, like, what's your opinion of Chicago scene? Why it just never fully gets embraced by the mainstream? At least from my perspective, I feel like Chicago scene is always very. I'm saying it's one person at a time, almost 2 people at a time for the most part for the mainstream.
Like I said, I think it's a politics thing, but also more than anything else, I don't think we have enough resources here. So you go to a place like LA, everybody doing something, everybody rich, everybody knows somebody and shit. So you can't really use that as like the thing to get above the next nigga, because. But out here, we don't have that system. Of all the labels and all niggas, celebrities and shit coming through and stuff. So I think here it's almost a little bit like a I get it and then I keep it so I can feel exclusive type shit. But you live here, niggas hating that city too. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of there, and then there's races and shit. So this shit get deep. You know what I'm saying? It's multi-layered. But more than anything, I just feel like even when I see like niggas like Chance and Saab and them niggas get on and they be like, I'm with my niggas, I understand. Like, what I'm saying? Because I be feeling the same way now, niggas. When I get to a certain point, I'm thinking about all shit I dealt with. I'm like, damn, man. Like, but I think for me at least, I want to change that. You know, I want to be the change I want to see in the world. Cause we got such good talent out here, man, and so much potential. But I just don't think more than anything, it's not enough opportunity. It's not enough bread. Like niggas need money. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a fact. That's a
and
fact.
money, like, you know what I'm saying, in ways that you can make like in LA, like within a week. But we just don't have that network here. You know what I'm saying? And I also don't think as a nation, I guess musically, we don't also really get that type of respect. When I talk to niggas about being here, niggas call us a flyover city. They say they fly over us from LA to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, damn, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a lot of layers to it. And then
I also think that, you good. I was just saying, I think like I always compare Chicago a little bit to New York, because like when New York, because I've had the cold weather definitely affect Chicago as far as one, our artists, when the artists pop in Chicago, we in LA, we in Atlanta. As soon as they pop, it's out of there. They out of here. And I think the cold weather affects that. And like in comparison to New York has that cold weather, but New York has the industry there. Like you got to go to the radio stations there. The industry people are there. So there's more networking to do in New York necessarily in Chicago. I feel like that's what really hurt Chicago the most. The media is not here really for hip hop.
I feel that 100%. Cause I always tell niggas I feel like Chicago and LA meshed together as New York.
Yeah,
it's just how I feel like to me. Cause you hit it on the head. Them niggas got radio, and a lot of them niggas like actual offices, like Atlantic and shit. Them shits is in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? They in them big ass high rises and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas having them board meetings and shit, they there.
And I be saying all the time, I feel like in New York, there's artists who I know from New York that I should not know, but they're just from New York, so I know who they are. I've heard this ain't the case. I've had Chicago artists who ain't popping, ain't known in New York probably.
No, not at all. I mean, some niggas don't even be known here. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
City big as fuck still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And do you think that the drill sound and all has hurt Chicago as far as reputation wise? Because everybody's still saying Chirac. Like Chirac ain't been said over here since 2010.
Yeah, but I say, but them niggas was like lame. Them the same niggas that you talk to and you be like, yo, I'm from Chicago. They're like, oh, you from 63rd? It's like, bro, like them same niggas. So I think no, I don't think it hurt our reputation, nigga, because I mean that was already the rep. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that too, look at the Pop Smokes and what they do in the UK. They ran with our shit. You know, that drill shit. So I won't say it hurt our reputation. I think it just did more of the same. They just took from us, and you know, niggas tried to make it seem like it was theirs. Not to say people don't pay homage to it, but I don't think it hurt the scene. I think it was just whatever niggas wanted to pay attention to, and the negative shit, I guess, quote unquote, is easier to pay attention to because when Louis and Dirk and Keith and them niggas was coming up, that was what 2012, right? 2013, 2014, bro. That's still acid rap. That's still, you know what I'm saying? But was it Buckless? Was Buckless 2016? Maybe it was.
2016, yep. 16, yeah.
Whatever. Just a little bit later. But again, just to say, like, it was a lot of other artists doing a lot of other shit here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Comfort Zone was out around there. Yeah, Mick Jenkins, of course.
There you go. Comfort Zone, the Waters and shit like that.
Yeah, all that was around that era, yeah.
So it's not like, I think it's just whatever you want to be able to like subscribe to.
Yeah.
I just think niggas just like the idea of niggas, you know, doing hood shit. So they just subscribe to that shit as if that was all that was here.
So I'm definitely interested. What's in rotation for you right now? What you listen to these days? What's in steady rotation right now?
I do you want better. Look, my motherfucking Apple Music.
Where
I'm listening to a lot of shit.
Yo, I was about to say this, right? You put me on Larry June on the low. Like I think I saw you either making fun of his ad-libs one day on IG. Like, who's this dude? You out here singing? I put that shit on every day, bro. Larry June get played every day.
Yo, that's my nigga, G.
Sock it to me, baby.
You know what I'm saying? You must help me with a punk bitch now. I've been listening to like a lot of shit that's in that vein. Like I'm looking right now, Currency, Payroll Giovanni, Casey Veggie. I was listening to this band called, I think, Coco, I don't know how to say, Rocco, whatever it is. They like a black like band from like from the UK. They really good. A lot of Freddie Gibbs. I fucking love Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs is incredible.
Yo, a lot of just for real produced things. A lot of old Usher, a lot of like old Justin Timberlake, a lot of just old Pharrell shit in general. A lot of shit he did with on Snoop's projects. A lot of Wiz. I don't know. I've listened to a lot of Wiz again.
Like current Wiz or like vintage Wiz?
Old Wiz, like you
okay.
like take all the nice star power.
Had to check your temperature, bro. Like put on Rolling Papers 2 ain't getting burned over here. Bro. That was an ugly listen.
Don't get me wrong. Wiz dropped like a compilation project.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna say maybe a couple years ago, a year. I don't know, but he got some shit on there where it sound like classic Wiz, and Wiz drops mixtapes still that still sound like it's old shit. You just gotta find them.
That's kind of why I like Larry June. Larry June remind me a little bit what I wanted from Cushion Orange Juice Wiz to be. You know what I'm saying? That's like kind of what I wanted it to turn into.
He remind me of Dom. You know what I'm saying? He
does do some Dom energy. Yeah.
But that's just the West Coast. Yo, Blast. I fucking love Blast.
Blast raw.
I've listened to that nigga a whole lot.
Yeah, album's raw. The album's
big
cold.
spins, nigga. I know you be hip hoppy, so I'm trying to find you some hip hoppy shit. You feel
I be hip hoppy R&B. I fuck with hella R&B right now. R&B is pretty heavy right now.
I've been letting Q-Tip run a lot too. The Renaissance. I really like the project, man.
The Renaissance is a hard album.
One of
Life
these
is
days,
Better with Nora Jones.
You feel me? One of these days we're gonna have a conversation about 2008 and how good that year was for albums. Because a lot of good shit, bro. 808s and Heartbreak came out that year.
Yeah, 08.
Bro.
Joints.
I don't know how I just always think of them two, but I know I like Kings of Leon, but that was like, you know, that's not no hip hop.
Shit, I remember Kings of Leon used somebody. That was a whole.
That project is fucking crazy. But that was 08. A lot of that shit came out in 08. I'm still looking through this shit. It's mostly just like Larry Jones shit and R&B music. I listen to a lot of R&B.
R&B has been so consistent for me recently. Like hip hop is of course hip hop. I love hip hop. But R&B has just been, I can rely on R&B to give me a full album or just bang it sometimes.
What you been listening to?
On the R&B side, I've been listening in general, Larry Jones, like you said, this singer Kia from last year, Keiyaa, she's dope as hell.
Okay.
Snow Allegra still gets burned. Division album still getting burned. Like you said, Currency just dropped. Jim Jones just dropped. They both in rotation. Harry Fraud, Alchemist, and Hit Boy have been just feeding me, bro. And like, them three producers ain't been missing, man. Like, Hit Boy, what he did with that Judas is the Black Messiah soundtrack, and what he did with King's Disease, and even Detroit 2 to a certain extent. I'm like, all right, Hit Boy. I'm saying he took that Boy Wonder loss and said, I gotta come back hard.
Hit Boy is out of those three, he probably my favorite, honestly.
Hit Boy just. Hit Boy is, I'm saying, he's kind of a true child of Kanye on the producer side. Like he's able to produce for anybody.
There you go. And that's why I like him. Nigga just eclectic. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he got a like broad range. And I just feel like that's when you're an actual producer, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can make some R&B shit. You can make some hip hop shit. You can make some banger shit. Like you can just kind of, you know, you flow. You can just tell a nigga passionate. And he's serious about being a student to this shit. But yeah, I'm big Hit Boy fan, G. Big Hit Boy fan. They got the sound.
I'm not sure if you follow too much what Charlamagne be saying, right? This is kind of a hard turn, but I just thought about it. We mentioned eclectic niggas who can do anything, and a person that's always talked about in that realm is gotta be Drake, right? And Charlamagne the guy recently said that Drake, I'm saying, that his era is over. I'm saying of him being, I'm saying, everything he touches fire. And I've been just thinking, like, if Drake drops, I think if Drake drop an album next week, I'm saying it's probably the biggest thing going. But I want to know, like, do you think Drake could change his sound? Like, do you think Drake is just has to be pop now? He's just stuck in that I gotta make hits.
I mean, what would he make if it wasn't that? What you mean, like some boom bap shit? Like
no, I don't boom bap. But I heard the Dark Lane demo tapes Drake he did last year. I'm like, man, imagine if Drake just gave us an actual album kind of to this tone, like more. I'm saying not more rap, but just more, you know, not pop, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, he the nigga was actually spitting shit. No, I don't. I think Drake has elevated himself to a point where it doesn't matter what he makes. And then come out with some country shit. Niggas gonna be like, bro, this is it. And I don't even necessarily think that's some dick riding shit. The nigga just, you know what I'm saying? Even if you listen to,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like nigga talent, like even like the passion fruits and the whatever that fucking like the
hold on, I'm coming home.
Not even that, like the poppy like the controller and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't like authentic. It still sound like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I get mad at those though. I feel like he should just gave them to somebody else. Like just get them, let somebody else see this shit, bro. Like
I know what he's doing. He's trying to pay homage to like the coaches, I guess he admired or he immersed in. So that's good. But it don't sound authentic, but it do sound like Drake. And I think that's another reason why Drake's longevity is so crazy. Because this nigga is being him. Even if he's trying to imitate some other shit, like it sounds like him or his interpretation of that thing. So I don't know, bro. I honestly don't feel like Drake done yet.
And he's still young as hell. Like
you feel
that's the crazy part. Like he's still young as fuck.
And he's smart. That's what I'm saying. Another thing is Drake was an actor and shit. So again, like he just everything about his whole, you know what I'm saying, situation is like perfect. So I don't see this nigga going nowhere no time. So I just see him just continuing to blend in. He even had this this new snippet called "What's New." It was going around on Twitter, and I sent it to you after we get off. This shit's fire, nigga, and it's on some like SoundCloud rap shit. And I realize it's because this nigga Drake is an instrument. When I listen to beats, a lot of the times it sound like, you know, I don't know, like lyrics and like the beat itself. But for some strange reason, like the way Drake flow on certain shit, because he rap on shit sonically, like as a producer, if you just play that beat, I'd be like, bro, this shit trash. And then Drake on it, and it's like, oh, this shit dope.
Facts.
So,
I don't. Facts. A few of those.
Is on another level, fam. Also, my bad, I talk a lot. I gotta like, you know.
Oh, you good? That's what it's for, bro. That's what the stage is for.
So you know, I want you to get some words in.
No, this is me using my platform to like let niggas know who the fuck Wild Lyrical is. So, so this is definitely man, for sure. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you said about Drake being an instrument because I always kind of was curious as far as producers go. Like, what do you guys look for? What do you guys think of artists? I'm saying, and what do you guys make a beat? Do you make a beat with a certain artist in mind? Because I look at 40 and Drake's relationship. And 40 is pretty much 100% Drake. I'm saying he produces pretty much 100% Drake music. I was curious, like, you see yourself ever diving into a world where you do a whole album or a whole catalog for artists? You ever see yourself doing that?
At some point, yeah. But I think even with the Drake 40 thing, the meta is 40 was just making that sound already. And Drake was able to come and he was making his sound and they just was able to connect. I don't think 40 had to sit down and be like, all right, bro, what you like? And I think for me, it'd be like that. If I find somebody, because that's how I produce personally. I fuck niggas, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not literally, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I make shit for me. So I don't go and you can play. I'd have been in plenty of professional sessions and shit where I'm like, I got this. And they were like, well, you got some shit that sound like Metro Boomin? I was like, no, but Metro Boomin, dude. Like, what the fuck is my headphone? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I got shit that sound like my shit. And if people fuck with it and they can work with it, that's cool. But other than that, like, nigga, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I don't work from a standpoint of thinking in my head this will go to somebody. I be making shit for the soundtrack of my life. And then if we can find an artist that can, you know, mess with the soundtrack of my life and then mess with his or hers, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever pronoun you go with, like, you know what I'm saying? Then that shit works, man. Like, so yeah, I don't.
You mentioned earlier how you listen to a lot of Pharrell produced shit, and that kind of that's what sparked my idea about Drake, because you know Drake and them are definitely influenced by Neptunes. I'm assuming you are as well. What other influences you got? Like, what other producers influence your idea as a producer, your ideology as a producer, and your sound?
Man, I really like, and it's crazy because a lot of my influences I don't sound like. I really like a lot of the Cudi producers, like the early Cudi producers, like the Dr. Geniuses and the the Mills, and even my brother Steve is like somebody, because he's like 3 years older than me, so I always kind of looked up to him sonically. I just like niggas that's good. I like Timbaland. I like Jazzy Faye at a point in time. You know what I'm saying? I like these niggas that you can just tell was like, oh, the dream. I just like niggas that seem like they love what they doing and you can hear it in the music. And like I said, I never really sit back and think about what my musical influences are, because I don't really think my music sounds like somebody else shit. But I do know for a fact them Neptune niggas, Timbaland, like just the niggas that did it first, for real, in my opinion. Them niggas. Even Kanye, like I said, like I don't like to use Kanye name because I just feel like it's such a easy go-to. But for what at least I listen to, it was that, because again, like I admire so many producers, even like your Flalos and your Dillas and shit like that. these niggas is insane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even like knowledge and like them niggas. But obviously my shit don't sound like that. So I don't know.
You got what you mean, bro? Don't downgrade yourself like that. What you mean? Bro, you
got
joints.
I don't feel like I ain't got the heat and shit, but it's just a different sound. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different sound is all. So all I know is, I mean, it's kind of crazy because Hit Boy is definitely one of them niggas where I hear it, I'm like, okay. I even fuck with Cardo. You know what I'm saying? Cardo got some different sounds and shit too, and he also kind of coined and created a sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
The 808 Mafia niggas is the same thing. Southside and all them niggas, TM88, them niggas. Damn, I'm thinking about trap producers. Niggas don't like being
what's dope to me about everything you basically just said. Like, ain't too many people I think I can ask about hip hop influencers on producer side and not name many, if at all, East Coast producers. That's dope as hell. You named a bunch of, you ain't go to no really New York niggas. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't. I kind of grew up unconventional though, fam. Like, no cap. I listened to so little hip hop growing up. I thought that the Wayne's Bros intro was the Wayne's Bros intro. I didn't know that was Quest. That's why I heard that shit on the radio. I'm like, yeah, nigga, they playing the Wayne's Bros intro on the radio. They're like, nigga, that is a Tribe Called Quest. So I grew up backwards, nigga. I grew up on like BET and MTV. And then like when I was like 16, 17, I heard fucking Illmatic for the first time. So yeah, a lot of them niggas like on the East Coast, I was just kind of, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, oblivious to them. They just never really like, not to say obviously they legendary, but they just was never like impactful in my journey.
What do you feel about people who kind of, I don't want to say knock it, but like people who don't like want to criticize people who haven't heard everything? Like, you don't got to hit everything, I feel like, out the gate. Like, you ain't got to be like, that's something in the past generation where he pushes. But like, if you ain't heard Illmatic to you or something, ain't nothing wrong with hearing that you were born in the 90s. I'm saying that shit came out in 94. How the fuck would I hear this shit?
You know, I was born in 93. I mean, on top of that too, I mean, it's just that. Like, it don't bother me. I just understand everybody. And that's just that. And I know it's a lot of old heads that do that shit with. It's still to this day shit that I haven't heard, or even movies and shit I haven't seen. Niggas like, how you ain't? And it's like, nigga, like, it didn't serve my purpose.
Nigga, time. Nigga, that's how.
You feel me, nigga? Like, I wasn't living in the Bronx and shit, nigga. Like, you know, I grew up on Lupe, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that shit around. Like, so yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think nothing about them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because I be like, man, I be going back listening to the old oldies joints. I don't feel no type of way about finding new shit from the oldies. I'm saying, what's wrong with me finding out new shit about hip hop? I'm saying later on in life. I'm saying that's what life is about. Niggas are weird with that shit for sure.
Hey man, that's just that. But you know, niggas is weird. So that's why I leave it. Just niggas is weird, and then I go and I finish my sandwich. Like
now, one thing I'm trying to grow myself out of is doing the whole. We're focusing on the competition in hip hop, but hip hop is kind of competitive. Like I try to stop doing the whole. I used to do the list shit real heavy until I realized that shit is pointless now. Like I literally had a top 50. I have a top 50 list. I had one. After a while, I'm like, this shit's stupid. Because
who is number one?
Number one for me is gotta be Hov at this point. Hov, it's like Tom Brady. It's like, how the fuck you argue against this nigga? Like this nigga.
That's honorable number one.
Yeah, but so like, my favorite, it would be all time probably. Like outside, like Biggie's, like you said earlier, Lupe's up there for me. Like
that's my number one. I feel like I think that was the greatest rapper to ever live.
Yeah, Lupe and 3 Stacks are definitely two. Like, these two rap. I'm just aliens, bro. No one raps like that. Like it's crazy. Like, when I listen to Lupe on Mirror, I'll be like, yo, how the fuck? Like, who the fuck?
nigga is just some niggas, bro. You just realize they tapped into something different. Even when you watch that nigga freestyle, it's just. You can't even put that shit into words, bro.
As a spoiled ass hip hop fan, I just be looking at Lupe like, man, I wish he was stuck around for real with Kanye a little bit longer, Joe. Just a little bit longer. The shit that could have happened. Like,
I wish they would have never fucked up his deal and all that shit. Never would have happened.
All that shit too.
Because bro, he gave us 2 real classy joints, and then
not to mention the mixtapes,
bro. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you got a point, and that's a cool thing too. He was even giving us. I mean, I argue some of the mixtapes even after that era, like the Enemy of the States and shit like that.
Yeah,
that was good ass fucking mixtape. So
yeah, the Pharaoh Height 420.
Bro, that Valleys is probably my favorite Lupe song ever. It's number 2 on Pharaoh Height. Like that's a beautiful song he spit.
Yeah, facts. Even like his last project, he dropped the Jogas Wave with the King Nas joint. He's still producing dope projects.
You hear this shit with Caitlin Ellis?
No, I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, bro, and go get that shit later. Because first off, it's amazing. But Lupe, in my opinion, as time went on, this nigga was rapping on sounds that just didn't sound like him. Like, I feel like he was just like, all right, I'm gonna try some new shit. But it's like, do Currency shit.
That bitch bad era was not the era for me.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, that's what I always tell niggas. Me and you got a conversation. I see you talk about J. Cole. We'll talk about J. Cole. But Currency been making the same fucking project for 10 years, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
But see, for me, it was an era for me where I couldn't mess with Currency for a while. Around that Stone Immaculate, like, yo, Currency making the same shit, bro. This is getting too. Now I don't know what it is. He got with the Harry Frost are appearing more like, all right, Currency, you kind of gaining footing again. It was a while that it was real stagnant, bro.
That's why I was gonna take the conversation. So you mean to tell me J. Cole ain't been doing the same shit?
J. Cole is a tough one to fight against, man. J. Cole, I feel like Forest Hills Drive is different than anything.
That's my favorite J. Cole project, and I don't listen to J. Cole as much as I did when I first wrote with the warm up and the Friday Night Lights. I was like, this nigga next. The nigga's next.
All right. Yeah. Is that first album fucked you up?
Sideline Story? No, Sideline Story was cool because it was like, all right, this is the first one. This is your first real introduction to the game. That shit had.
From the Born Center?
Bro, I came out the Born Center.
It was 4 years after that. You talking about 4 Your Eyes Only? You ain't fuck with that last.
No. It was Born Center because everybody always. It's like sometimes I talk to people about Drake shit. They're like, Take Care is my favorite Drake album. I've heard that album probably like 3 times in my entire life.
Yeah, I don't like Take Care.
I've heard Born Center. No cap. I haven't heard Born Center all the way through still yet.
Born Center, I can understand. I fuck with Born Center heavy. I remember I hated Sideline Story. I hated Sideline Story bad. I really hated that album, bro. I heard Mr. Nice Watch. I have never been more mad at an artist in my life than I heard Mr. Nice Watch, bro. I was like, it's a whole with J. Cole song, happy as hell, saying with my headphones on. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? Why these niggas rapping like this, bro?
I'm saying, you can take Do you wanna be? And that could have been an intro in your own project. And it would have been like, oh yeah, like so
once he started singing, he's definitely done that a little bit too.
I like that though. That's what bro. What's the name of that song? Apparently that song was really dope. That's still Forest Hill Drive though, but it's something about that project that stands out because that made me feel how I felt when I was in like the warm up. But again, like it's just the fact that I see so many people like going to bat for J. Cole. And it's like, don't get me wrong, this nigga is obviously talented, but this nigga is making the same thing, at least in my opinion, over and over and over again.
Yeah, see, it's crazy, right? Because I get berated for all the times. I like Cole. I like Cole better than Kendrick, but obviously Kendrick is a better artist. Like obviously Kendrick.
Is just, man. If you feel like he better. Like
no. I prefer Cole music. I think it's obvious that Kendrick. You listen to People Butterfly, that's a different level of artistry. You know what I'm saying? That's like I can't say J. Cole is rapping like this guy, but at the same time, I'm saying I'm not listening to Damn ever. I'm never putting Damn on. This is Duckworth. Damn is just not getting played for me. I'm not playing that album. I get killed for that one, but like I just don't get it. I don't see why Damn is so loved. I never understood that.
That's fair. I mean, I feel like. In the defense of you, Damn is definitely the least listened to Kendrick album for me.
Yeah, but it was cool when it came out. But
that's like cool saying though. That's like saying like $1 million and then like $800,000. So it's kind of like I got less money if I got $800,000.
I'm still rich out here.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I just look at it because I still listen to Damn a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I think probably my most played Kendrick project probably is either Overly Dedicated.
The first 2 mixtapes is Overly Dedicated Section 80.
Yeah, them two, dead ass. It might be them too.
Yeah, them two was.
I had that shit in the CD, so you know what I'm saying. You can bro, I burnt that shit. And
I remember that era, bro. For real.
So I don't know. I think. I mean, on top of that too, that's all we had for a minute too. So, granted, he still take about like 3 or 4 years to come out with a new record. The Pimple Butterfly, like. In my opinion, it's his best one, but I think they are like Overly Dedicated in the Section 80, like the Heart Part 2 and fucking Ronald Reagan era. Not even that, Poe Man Dreams. That's what it is. Just them tracks.
Shout out to GLC.
You feel me? Ism.
You know what I'm saying? But like we talk about just three dope legends of this generation with Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick. And I look at like what happened with Nipsey, and it's super sad. I know you got the marathon tatted on you. It's super sad that I'm saying Nipsey out of here, because Nipsey was, for me, he was gonna be that next that probably that fourth legend to me. Like, he's right there. Victory Lap, and that shit. I remember when Victory Lap dropped, that was like a bomb drop, bro. That shit was different. Like, I was like, damn, this nigga really just shook the world up, bro. Like, Nipsey been hustling for 10 years on this shit out of nowhere. Boom. Let them know. Do you see the next legends? Do you see that? You know what I'm saying? All for this next generation and this wave of talent coming through? Do you see that?
I mean, somebody is pivotal with Nipsey. I still think is. I still think. Yeah, I mean, that nigga shifted like a lot of things, bro. I'm driving down here on Chicago Ave. There's niggas in Crenshaw jackets and like VL jackets, and I'm like, oh, these niggas Vice Lords. I should say Victory Lap, but no, I don't know, man. I still think we. That's a
scary jacket to wear to see.
That's all I kept thinking. Like, we on the west side, G. Why is you? You know what I'm saying? But maybe niggas is big VL out here. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but yeah, in my opinion, I don't. Kendrick. It's something about Kendrick that was supposed to be that, in my opinion. And even I just don't feel like people look at Kendrick the way they view like Pac. You know what I'm saying? Or the way that they view Nipsey. I don't know why. You know, just from my case.
I think it goes like Drake said it in this Rap Radar interview. I mention it all the time because I think it's probably the hardest thing Drake ever said. Drake is like Kendrick and J. Cole, what they do, they're great rappers. But Drake is at the last of the rap stars. I'm saying I think Nipsey had that too. Like, he really was doing the interviews. You'll see his face. Like, J. Cole and Kendrick, they just get out of here. Rap, and I'm gone. I ain't seen Kendrick since 2017, though.
I think that's also too because Nipsey was just a regular nigga though still. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a hood nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why like this shit would have been pivotal, because like how you just said, there's something about contact. And when you stop making yourself available, nigga, like, it's different as opposed to like Nip. And any given Sunday, nigga, you could have pulled up to the store and he was there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so on the block and shit. Yo, imagine if your ass was driving down, I don't fucking know, nigga, Division or some shit, and you just seen Kanye out there. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like that with Nip. And like I said again, to his story, not to like, you know, say the other people's story wasn't real, but it was just authentic, and it was something I think that tapped into a lot of niggas where
relatable.
And he was transparent too. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at his shit, he wasn't always trying to be like, I got the most bread, I'm always up. You know what I'm saying? He was like giving niggas the real, and that's just, again, I don't know. He was the people's champion, I feel like, for a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we ever, at least in my generation, like me being like, maybe that's how they felt about Pac. I don't think we ever really got to see some shit like that. Because like you said, we got to watch him go from the marathon to the marathon continue. You know what I'm saying? To like what's the name of the motherfucking Crenshaw? You feel me? To Mailbox.
Awesome boy.
And you know, when we was watching him do shit, and then he was even getting the cosigns from Ho when he was selling the shits for like $100, $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really watch this nigga like grind his way to like a spot, and I think that's what fucked me up more than anything else. He had so much to do. Well, I guess not. You know what I'm saying? You know, the motherfucking universe says your time to go. It's your time to go. But
I remember when he passed, like the crazy, like the different like Jesus-like things that was happening around his name around that time. I was like, this nigga was a different kind of person, bro. Down at 33, I'm saying, kind of being of that, I'm saying, same Egyptian ilk kind of what they said Christ was like, I'm saying, and Buddy, I'm saying, of course, I'm saying, his album being called Victory Lap, I'm saying, to be the last, that's poetry right there in itself.
Yeah, man.
You know, so I'm not sure it may be a legend to the Nipsey extent, because Nipsey was definitely, his energy was just different. Like, especially that 10-year grind, into him just to catapult and kind of just peace out on that note, basically.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, that nigga, I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I was fucked up for a minute after that, because I ain't even gonna hold niggas like he was the reason that like me and Steve was figuring shit out. Like, we was following this nigga blueprint, you know? So without even meeting that nigga, bro, I feel like I lost like a brother. You know what I'm saying? And I still do. You know what I'm saying? It shit still don't. Niggas like that ain't supposed to die, G. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? But it's just weird that, like, you know, I ain't even gonna say that, nigga. It's a podcast. I ain't about to say that shit. But yeah, it just, I don't know, man. It's always niggas like that go first. The real niggas, man. Like, what can you do, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. And mentioning that, I'm saying we seen a bit of a real nigga resurgence recently with the Bobby Shmurda coming back. I'm saying Bobby Shmurda getting out of jail. You know what I'm saying? A real nigga resurgence. And we seeing Bobby, and it's dope to see one, I guess, another New York rapper on the scene. I guess that's good for hip hop. Like the Knicks winning is good for basketball, I guess. But it's you know what I'm saying? It's dope to see that energy come back to that section of hip hop, because it's been dry for New York for a minute. Like we talked about earlier a little bit.
What bro, I got 6'9". What you talking about, bro? These niggas.
Yeah, it's been dry for them niggas for a minute. Yeah. So they have like the devastation of losing Pop Smoke. I'm saying the devastation of having that rat in them, saying in the city. I'm saying like they've been leaning heavily on Buffalo. Don't give Buffalo enough love. I don't feel like
my Griselda niggas.
Griselda niggas is nasty. Like could you ever see Griselda and like the GS9 niggas merging? Like they're not merging, but like collabing.
Bro, that'd be a funny collab.
That'd be amazing.
Now, however, what I always think of as a perfect collab. You remember when you talked about producers producing something?
Yeah.
Knowledge and Griselda. Like that would be a fucking amazing project.
Knowledge and Conway alone would be.
Bruh.
Did Knowledge and Conway have a collab? I feel like, no.
I don't think so. Bro, I don't even know who Knowledge be producing for other than that, like that the Anderson .Paak shit. You know what I'm saying?
No worries.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, bro.
No, you don't think so? You ain't got a silk dirt. You ain't got your silk robe ready for that shit.
I ain't got the. I don't know, bro. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. You think it's gonna sound like James Brown out here? So, like,
well, man, Bruno Mars' last project was really fucking good, and in my opinion, that's probably gonna be like a legendary project. Like, you know, people gonna say.
I hope so. I just never got into Bruno, so I don't know what to expect. Yeah, but I'm hoping it's dope. That
last project, if you didn't listen to it, it was very authentic, like 80s, 70s, late 70s. Huh? Yeah. That shit is really good. Sonically too, and then like James Fauntleroy and 1500 and nothing, them all them niggas produced it. So and like wrote it and shit.
Is James Fauntleroy gonna be involved in this project? You know?
I have no idea.
James Fauntleroy involved in that one. Sign me up. Yeah, I'm with that.
But man, the amount of Grammys and bread them niggas made together, I don't see. I mean, if it's working, I don't fix it. Let that shit keep riding. So, I'm excited actually, because I mean, even Anderson's last project was really fucking good. Because he came out with two. I didn't like Oxnard.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the Ventura was decent.
Yeah, that's the one reaching too much and shit on it, right? Yeah. That's the one with the Smokey Robinson joint that's fucking terrible, right? Bro, they got. Hey, let's talk about that. They got a habit of like making like these songs with like legendary artists. I feel like for the name, and it's like, gee, if they don't make sense and they don't mesh,
bro, it sounds. I'm still mad at Drake for putting Michael Jackson on that song, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Let the Weeknd see that shit, bro. What you doing to Michael Jackson name?
They did that shit for shock value, fam. I was talking to this shorty about this shit. They did the same thing with Kalani and Keisha Cole. Fucking love Keisha Cole, but when you listen to like that song, it's like, damn, man, like it's crazy. There's been a Kalani song, but you know, I just wish the industry would stop doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I have yet to hear like a legendary artist and then like another artist, like I guess in the recent times, and they come together. I'm talking about some niggas you ain't heard like in a long time. Like I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna hate to do this.
Let me hear.
You don't fuck with J. Cole, Quick Smile?
Hell no. Like I said, it's just again like that. J. Cole, like I said, man, the nigga is such a good artist, but it's the subject matter about certain shit he be talking about.
Yeah. Wet Dreams was tough. That was a tough one, bro. That was a tough one.
I was like, and again, that's why I wish I was cool with J. Cole so I could like make jokes about this shit. But because I feel like if I try to talk about niggas, it'd be on some like you hating, and at some point, nigga, if I blow it for real, they gonna come back to this interview. It's your fault. I'm blaming your ass.
Hey, I be saying wild shit weekly. Be gonna get me in trouble, bro.
They gonna be like, yeah, this nigga Rob said J. Cole too old to making songs about virginity and shit. And it's like, yeah, like what the fuck? Like,
hey, as a J. Cole fan, I'm saying right now, I'm uncomfortable as hell listening to that song. What are you doing, bro? You 30, bro. What you talking about?
It's not. It don't even be that, bro. I be thinking about the like he was in the studio for a good 2 days. Like I ain't
writing that down.
Oh, hey, hold on. Hey, run that back. I ain't nah, bro. I gotta say it different. Glass. What you talking about?
Have you ever seen the video?
No, I ain't seen that with the
Yo,
dog.
fam, it's
It's
the
dog
dogs.
shit, right?
Yeah,
Dog.
yeah.
I was like, no, G. They played this shit in a 7th grade health class. Fuck out of here, nigga. I'm not.
This shit was
Going.
wild. That was a wild ass move, Cole. That was crazy.
Hey, get your man.
That was a crazy.
That's your man's, G.
That was crazy. But yo, here's a few some saying smudges to me, man. That way in Workout and Mr. Nice Watch, yeah, 3 right there.
Mr. Nice Watch, I'm with you. I really like Workout, mostly because of the beat. I like the beat.
I mean, but Kanye, you already gave me a new workout plan. I ain't need this, man.
I just thought it was a dope flip. I would have never thought to like flip it like that. So
that's fair.
I give him that Mr. Nice Watch though shit.
That was crazy.
No exaggeration. My brother Steve, I remember I was telling you I was burning shit. This is like 2000 and like whatever year that came out. I was playing that shit. He ejected that shit and threw it out the window. I kid you not. When I threw that bitch out the window, this is a real story. He'll tell you. But yeah, like
I'm not even mad at Cole about this. When Cole tell the story and I remember when he was first, like he was just announcing the song. He ain't hit no snippet of it, nothing. He was like, "Yeah, I played this beat for Hove," and he was like, "Yeah, this is the one." I'm like, I was like, "Yo, what is this song gonna sound like, bro?" I get the CD. First thing I do is go to that song. I'm mad as hell. I ain't gonna listen to this album, Joe. This album,
that's the same shit. That was during the era we kept thinking we was trying to get a Kendrick Cole project that they was talking about.
Yo, I was thinking that was 2 years ago, bro. I still had hope about 2 years ago.
That shit finna come out when we goddamn 45.
On the real.
It's gonna come out late.
Like Floyd versus Manny, bro.
Exactly.
But I appreciate you coming on, bro. I want to leave out with a really important question. What you got coming up next? Man, what's in the works for you? What you got plotting on?
Oh, bro, failure. No, I got so we got.
You gotta come back on, bro. This is too great. You gotta come back to the show.
Man, whenever, bro. I enjoy it. I enjoy this, man. I love to come back on. So we got a label. We finally started our own label. And we about to drop our first EP within the next couple of months. Again, niggas don't even know this shit. Like I'm telling you shit. But again, like it's our shit. So I get to do this. Fuck these niggas. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you work for other people and like labels and shit, you got to be hush hush. Like, but no, we got an EP coming out soon. We getting literally the visuals and all the stuff together right now. And on some real shit, it's funny. So me and Steve like got so many beats. Deadass, we about to drop like a 50 beat tape. Like just on some 2009 shit the way we used to. We just so that'll be streaming soon too. Other than that, we got a few placements and shit again. We doing a placement game a little bit because we kind of bagged away from it. Okay. So I'm not even gonna name drop and shit, but got some stuff in the pipeline, man. So it's looking like it's gonna be a really good 2021, man. So I don't know, man. If people watch this far, man, just stay tuned and fuck on my nigga Jay, man. I appreciate you having me on.
I'm gonna clip it up for you, for sure.
You feel me? I appreciate you having me on, man. It's an honor. Fuck you, me.
I appreciate you coming on for real.
Yeah, and if you ever want me back, man, just hit me. Pause. You feel me?
For sure. Where can they find you and reach you, bro? You know what I'm saying?
At Rob Lyrical, everything. Like literally everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I coined it. All social medias. You can find me on the west side of Chicago at I'm playing. But yeah.
Don't give out the Addy.
You feel me? I mean, at your own risk.
And before we go, I can't believe I didn't get to this question. I meant to ask you this immediately. But Rob Lyrical, I'm saying, like, did you ever rap? What was that about?
Fuck no, baby. No, I tried to rap. I remember in high school, I wrote this song for this girl, and that shit was horrible.
You wrote a song like for her or like for her?
Bro, the song was her name. That's how I shoot my shot, nigga. From the half.
You went full at her.
You need to know I'm talking about you. So I think I did that, and I have like written little things here and there, but like no, nigga, I don't rap. Like it's ironic.
And nigga heard Caroline. It was like, let's watch this. Caroline.
You feel me? Hey, the worst part about the song is it didn't work. Anyways, it's crazy though, because my you feel me? My last name is actually Sample. Like my legitimate.
What?
Yeah, my last name, like my government last name is Sample. And I changed it to Lyrical on MySpace days in 06. Just for no reason.
It just stuck.
When niggas start calling me it. So I was like, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just kept it. So yeah, man. Like
Damn, your name is a whole producer name already.
Hell, my name was kind of a sentence, nigga. It's a verb, rob sample. Take this nigga.
You robbing the samples, nigga.
Rob the sample.
Don't fuck Marvin Gaye family gonna find your ass, boy. Marvin Gaye people be on it, bro. Robin Thicke ain't been the same since.
Like, wait, what you mean Robin Gaye people was on that with Robin Gaye? I'm scared as hell. What you talking about? Can I not say that? Okay, my bad.
His whole pop skill. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, nigga. Hey, what the fuck they gonna do to me?
Yeah, word, bro. Hey, appreciate you again, Rob, man.
All right, bro.
Franklin asked me to move better, bro. He out here moving sloppy, bro. He moving super sloppy.
Hey, man, that nigga,
Stacy from the Wood gonna be on his ass.
Yeah, everybody say since he got motherfucking pieced up by Shorty ass, he ain't been the same. But he's smart, know what I'm saying? He'll find his way out of it. He fucking up right now, though. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Tune in.
Way better than Power. Way better than Power.
Hey, I still ain't never seen Power, but I tell niggas.
You a lucky nigga, bro.
You watched all that shit?
I watched all of that shit, bro. Let me tell you, bro. When you get to the stage, when you stay committed to when Mary J. Blige on the show, you like, damn, this shit is really it's a tough watch, bro.
She on that shit with some knee-high boots on.
Yo, I tell you, Mary J. Blige, bro, is horrible on that show. I love Mary J. Blige. I love her to death, bro. But man, it's a tough watch. I'll be like, yo, Mary's out here just reading the script, huh?
You're the first nigga that ever told me to not watch Power, so I'm gonna just keep doing it.
Oh yeah, bro. I feel like Power done turned into Empire like a good 2 seasons ago.
I ain't even ever seen
I just watch it because I'm saying shit's funny. It's to the point now it's just funny. It's comedy now.
And on top of that, too, you to invest in nigga all that time.
Yeah,
that's like going to college for like 0.75 years and being like, you know what? Like, nah, get that quarter left, you graduate. Like, you know.
Yeah, see, I got an Empire after like a few episodes. I stuck with Power for a little too long.
I thought that was crazy.
Empire, I couldn't get no look. That shit was horrible from the jump. I couldn't do it.
That's the one with Taraji, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on, but yeah, that shit.
I don't either, bro. I guess I ain't tapped in. I'm about the whole time we about to get off this shit. I'm about to rewatch this Snowfall shit before tomorrow.
Man, facts. Word, bro. I appreciate you again, though. This has been.
All right, bro. I got a banana here, bro. You gotta eat that shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible hand motion, bro.
Whole time. Hey, can we edit that out? No, I'll fuck with you, bro.
I'm like, yo, that's not what you do to bananas, bro. That's not how you do it.
Beat the motherfucker off, you feel me? G? Like, what else you supposed to do?
Oh, shit, bro. Peace and love, my bro.
G, take it easy, fam.
Yeah,